Believe it or not, this is the 4th attempt I've made at getting this video done. I started to talk about a weight loss scheme that I came up with several years ago about how you shouldn't drink any sugar. But every time I would make the video, I would get back to the computer and be editing it, and I would realize there's something missing. I'm missing the point here. But the idea that I came up with, not drinking sugar, started when I was in Malaysia, and I had a hard time ordering a black coffee at a little restaurant, because if you order coffee in Malaysia, it's called kopi, it comes automatically with cream and sugar. It's already mixed in, and it's usually not just cream but some kind of condensed milk. They just put condensed milk in it. It makes it creamy and sweet at the same time. So if you order a coffee at a Malaysian restaurant, that's what you're going to get. So the challenge was figuring out a way to order a coffee that came with none of that in it. No cream, no sugar, no condensed milk. Just plain old black coffee. So it took me a while to figure out how to do that. And it wasn't just a language thing either. It wasn't a matter of just getting the right words, because that would have been easy enough, but for some reason it didn't seem to work. There was a mindset that said that this is a food item that comes a certain way. It's like going into McDonald's, ordering a Big Mac and telling them you don't want the meat. You can do it, but it's not something that registers as, oh, of course, this guy doesn't want the meat. You know, it's not the same thing as saying, I don't want any pickles. If you don't want the meat, then you don't want pretty much what the sandwich is. And in Malaysia, a coffee without cream and sugar is not really a coffee. Anyway, that's a long story that sort of misses the point. So I decided to try to examine how much sugar we actually drink. And in my sort of cursory review, it turns out that it's quite a bit. And I thought that people that always latch on to these weight loss gimmicks, you know, cutting fat out of their diet, eating only meat or only protein, eliminating sugar from everything, you know, these are strategies that they can use, but they're really just gimmicks. But I think I came up with the mother of all gimmicks, and that is simply drink water. Now, I'm not talking about drinking more water every day. I'm talking about drinking only water every day. That's the surefire way to eliminate massive amounts of sugar from your diet. Because when you think about it, almost everything we drink besides water is loaded with sugar. You have fizzy drinks like Coke and Pepsi. You've got juice drinks that you can buy in the store that sometimes it's pure fruit juice, other times it's fruit juice with added sugar already. There used to be something called Sunny D. I don't know if that was in the US or whether it's something I ran to overseas, but it was orange juice or an orange drink type thing that tasted a lot like orange juice, but it had extra sugar just packed into it. It tasted good, but when you sit back and realize that you're just guzzling down all this sugar, this can't be a good thing. Drinks are like sugar delivery systems. You know, back when the smoking ban or the advertising on smoking was going through Congress in the United States, somebody noted that cigarettes are, I think it was nicotine delivery systems. Well, that's what most drinks are these days. They're sugar delivery systems. And if you want to lose weight, the easiest way is simply to cut a lot of sugar from your diet. And you can do that by simply drinking water. So here's the challenge. For 30 days, try to drink nothing but water. If you're a caffeine addict, then you can drink some coffee and tea also, but they have to be black coffee, plain black coffee, no cream, no sugar. Same thing with tea, it would just be plain tea. But basically the idea is to replace whatever it is you're drinking, everything and everywhere, you're replacing it basically with water. You don't have to change anything about what you eat. You don't have to change your exercise plan. If you're already exercising, keep doing it. If you're not, who cares? You don't have to change anything about your diet. Eat whatever you're eating right now. The only change you're making, this of course is the gimmick, is that you're not going to be drinking anything with any kind of caloric value at all that has any kind of carbohydrate. And that's everything except water, black coffee, and tea. So don't sit back and wonder, well, I wonder if that includes milk. It does. Does that include fruit juice? Yes, it does. Does that include beer and wine or any kind of alcohol? Yes, it does. So anything besides water, black coffee, plain tea is off the diet for 30 days. And if you do that for 30 days, I think what you'll find is that you not only feel better, but your pants are a little looser when you put them on in the morning because you've dropped some weight. It's important to keep in mind that this is different from a lot of the diet lunacy you get with people that try to cut out carbohydrate or fat or protein or whatever the nutritional item du jour is to remove from the diet. That's a gimmick, but it's kind of stupid because your body needs all these things. It needs sugar, to be honest with you. And anything that has carbohydrate in it has sugar in it. Carbohydrate, by the way, is sugar. So when you look at nutritional labels and it says carbohydrate, that's sugar or some form of sugar. So this is a gimmick that cuts out part of the sugar that you get in your current diet. So I would like to know what your results are, how much weight you lose, and what happened at the end of the 30 days. Because let me tell you what will happen at the end of 30 days. First, you will have cut a massive amount of sugar out of your diet for a month. That's the first thing. But the second thing is your body will be resensitized to what sugar actually tastes like. So if at the end of 30 days you decide to drink a can of Coke, it's going to taste especially sweet. So is anything else that you drink at the end of that 30 days. And you may decide that, this is too sweet. You're going to switch to some other drink that doesn't have as much sugar in it. Or maybe you'll do what I did and continue drinking only water, black coffee, or plain tea for another 30 days. Frankly, I've been doing this now for about 6 months. When I first thought of this idea in 2017, I did it for 5 months, and my weight dropped 11 kilos. Now, I don't have a scale here in the United States, so I don't really know what my weight has dropped to. But I use, like I mentioned in another video, I use the belt notch weight control method. And I went from 1 belt notch down to 4. So something worked. I didn't really change anything about how I ate or exercised, just what I drink. I hope you'll give the International Bigshot weight loss gimmick a try and let me know how it works out for you. But I will say that I haven't even made it back to the International Bigshot Studios yet and started the editing process. But I think on this particular video, I've nailed it. I've said what I wanted to say. The real focus is on drinking water, not on the negative aspect of not drinking sugar, although that's what you're doing, but on drinking water instead of anything else. So the other versions of this video will be added to the trash heap of YouTube history, never to see their servers. This is the one I think I'm going to be eventually uploading. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.